So the question was Orishas, what people believe in. Take 6 billion of them and don't give them any books, okay? And don't give them any words. They're going to look at the sun and they're going to believe in the sun, right? The mind itself does that. It wanders. It explores its environment. And it makes the attachment to its environment just like insects. The mind is just a part of the environment on planet Earth. And that's what it's doing. It's a muscle. It likes to work. That's what it does. So, if it needs to work on a story, a belief, that's what it does. And it likes to have others join it on this experience. That's what it's doing. The conflict comes when you are being forced to use your mind to go on a journey that your mind does not want to go on. Not all minds are the same or frequency. What we must allow all minds to do as it wishes. Why? Because of the infinite. The infinite. The mind is a part of the infinite all. If I'm to pray to God, the word I would use to describe God is all. So, for example, I'm to navigate this realm. And when I say give thanks to the all, what I'm doing is the wind that I'm going to face, a bird that could fly in my face, I'm trying to recognize the all so that I will be safe in my navigation. Or the law of recognition makes me connect to the cloud, the black hole. That's the all. So the reason why some of the mind needs to make that connection with that God force, the reason why the God thing is necessary, or the Orisha, or the mermaid under the sea, that the woman was sitting down and she saw this fish lady and she wrote scriptures about it, and then it became a religion. That's the mind. Brothers playing tricks on her, but that's what stories are. It attaches, and that's what the mind does. Separate yourself like a butterfly. Butterfly don't have no mind, we care about no Orisha. The highest realm of spirituality I was teaching is when we go back to do what the butterfly does. Not have a mind. So what we're all doing with this mind is to put it to work. It's an exercise. It's like going to the gym with a couple of people on earth. And that's all they're doing. Exercising their brain. When you step away from them and look at them, you realize they don't realize all they're doing is exercising a muscle. But what the butterfly is doing is exercising a spirit, a life. So what you have to do is get rid of the mind and all these thoughts and books to attain back to the bird and the butterfly and the tree. When you get to that level, you'll be okay. You could accept everything they're saying. I could accept all the Orishas. If I accept a tree god, it's like accepting the water god. So over time, as our brain develops into philosophy of religion and theology, and we're trying to find out how the world works, there's these spiritual entity around us that we can't explain. There's things happening in realms we can't explain. So we attach to it to remember it, to pass it on to our children. Ancestor worship, what is that? Let's say I say black matter is my ancestors, or I'm a child of the star, or let's say I'm a child of electrical magnetic energy. That's still my ancestor. That's the change that make me happen. So you see, the mind is very, very, very complex infinitely, and that's what it does. Our mind is an interpretation of the infinite. But what we have to do with our mind is teach it how to recognize or to be in the infinite. So now God has to have a name that makes sense. All. What is God? All. How were we created? Were we created? No, we were never created. We're part of the all. We just change and balance. We were never created. God the all. Nothingness is the all. Infinity, the stars, the skies, it's the all and it's infinite. So when I walk out my house, I'm interacting with God outside of me, which are the trees. So God is not just inside me. Deep within me, that's infinity, and outside me, that's infinity. What is limited is our understanding. And that's where the books come in. The Orishas, what we experience in this realm. And that's what I'm teaching. So God is not within. God is the all. Even the understanding, which is limited, of the infinite above and the infinite inside. So there's 3 grounds we stand on. The overstanding, the infinite outside, and the infinite inside the inner standing. The confusion is the understanding. We have limited books on earth that can explain the all. The understanding will never explain the all. Right? So what I'm showing you is that this is what the tree did for man. Medu Nature created books. Mermaids created gods. Sun worshipping. Why did they do that? God, the sun is our savior. The Son of God. The sun gives us life and food. The cow gives us food. That's our God. Well, they're all our God. Because they're the all. Every Orisha, every mermaid, every dark matter, every Dogon, everything. People choose what part of the all that they want to focus on, their mind on. Okay, Jesus, my God, yeah, okay. That comes from the sun. So you see, it's a competition. It is you trying to find out what to connect to in your mind so you could have this connection that you have to have. And you have to know.
That's because the Bible said there's only one true God. So I think that is the reason people want to find the one.
Yes, and
not the all.
There's a challenge. So now when you minimize God to a he, a man, and there's only one, and then that's now a doctrine, you go to the butterfly and preach that. And the butterfly is like, okay, well, I must be that one. See you later. So we can create powerful frequencies and energies. What we're creating is portals of energy and consciousness. And that's what men love to do to control each other. Now, if churches were saying this and not ever accepted no money, and they were really loving and caring and not killing each other, you know they're on the right path with the one true God. He, my Lord, He who died for us. A story. Just like the gods in the rivers of Africa. How the world was created. With Nun. And out of a potter's wheel. And out of the lotus plant. All of these stories. But remember, time develops man's brain. And we are only using over 10% of our mind. Holy crap. And they say in the movie Lucy, when we get to 90% of our mind, we could disappear and reappear. We could truly be, quote unquote, God. So this little brain we have, fighting each other, trying to agree to disagree, it's only 10%. What? 10%. 10%. So, what are we really doing? We're 10% in ignorance and 10% in confusion. We haven't attained anything. Struggle to fill the gap in our mind. What did I recognize? That if I start using words differently and I start understanding the commonality between me and a butterfly, I could find what this thing is that makes everything work, change and balance. It's not something you could touch and feel, and it's not a he. It's something that's working in every single dimension. So for me, that's my God. Change and balance. So I'm going to apply my God to me to make this flesh that I am right now in harmony with my environment, with my mother, with my daughter, with my bank account, with the flesh, with my planet Earth. So once I found God and what God is a change and God is a balance. God is not love. Because a stone can't fall in love with my emotions. It has to work both ways. God has to work both ways. God has to, for me personally, everyone has a personal God they have to find, or a personal way to think. What this God thing is just a thought. Everyone needs a thought frequency to ride on. If me and you riding on the Jesus frequency, me and you good. If me and you riding on the Allah frequency, me and you good. You see what's happening here? We establish waves in frequency with our mind we call words and doctrines. There is another frequency, I'm not saying bigger, but we could take these words and make it as infinite. So it's all mind games. So then we love on this planet to execute what change and balance is doing. So for me personally, Randy's God that I could apply to my life and how I pray to my God, it says, give thanks to the all. Why am I doing that? Because I want to recognize that everything around me that I can't explain, everything inside of me, I give thanks for it. For I exist to give thanks for it. The food. So I give thanks for the all. You, my woman, my baby. I give thanks to this all. And I put mighty at the end of it, almighty. I didn't say it's a he. I didn't say he's my creator. Because nothing was created. All we're doing is change and balance in the all. So I was never created. I don't have a creator. Nor do I have a beginning, nor an end. There's no beginning. In the beginning, God created. That's major error. Because now that's a person, that's a thing, that's a he, that's a magician, that's a higher being. There's no higher being. The coconut tree is equal to me. Because a change and balance is happening to the coconut tree. One commonality. Everything is connected, so nothing is higher than nothing. And whatever is being formed is just changing. It's not being created because energy can never be destroyed. So energy can never be created. So energy is and always will be. That's the power of this Almighty. And that's what the Africans were trying to teach. That you cannot put a label or a name on this entity that is infinite. And when we think this way, we now open up our mind to the infinite possibility. So we're not worried about how people of certain mindset consider this. So they have a choice to worship their Orisha or anything. Let them do as they please. As long as you could find the all in you or outside of you. So the all is in this petal, this flower. Thank God for this flower. That's the all. The all is inside you, your idea and your emotions and your feeling to love. So the all is everywhere. Who would ask the stupid question, where does the all come from? The all is infinite, so it doesn't come from anywhere. When did the all start? It has no beginning. So where is the all? Everywhere. Infinite. What we have to do is when we ask a question, give an answer that cannot be challenged, that has no holes. And this is why change and balance, not having an opposite, is so important. If I was never created, what am I doing? I'm changing. If I never die, what am I doing? I'm changing. And how often am I doing this? Infinitely. This thing that I'm sharing with you now, as I get better at explaining what I'm experiencing and how I could represent the all, so that when I rewrite the priors for mankind and help them to all agree on one thing. Whether you're an atheist or a Christian, or guess what? All exist. There are things existing around you, and there's things existing inside of you. That's the all. It has no opposite. Who says all, or there's none. The all is also the nothing. The all encompasses the nothing also. You dig? So another man will say, well, Rodney, there's nothing. We really don't exist. Okay, well, that's the all too. So whatever word we want to choose, we just have to recognize the infinity. And that's what man is trying to do. The problem is when man created religion from the SUN, and they started to think about higher powers. Oh, the sun is higher than us. There's some, and then we're higher than the animals. We start to measure things. And math became something of man. And then another man comes and says, well, math is the ultimate. The universe is mathematical. You could measure it all. No, you cannot measure infinity. There's no number. Numbers really don't exist. Calendars don't exist. Days don't exist. Everything is infinite. Holy crap. You're stuck on this realm on stupid. With your little planet, your 7 bodies, creating a little world for you. And you think you have a system. There's no such thing as math. You created that based on your environment. But when you get into your emotions and your music, let's measure your emotions. Can you measure your emotion mathematically? Your feelings, your touch, your ideas? So does math exist in all realms? Ha ha! But can your ideas change and balance, your emotion change and balance, your feelings change and balance, the afterlife change and balance, the physical change and balance, your bank account change and balance, your black hole change and balance, infinity changes and balance? Change and balance occurs everywhere in the all. And whatever is common in all things, emotion, ideas, and dimension, that is the answer to the universe. That is the tool of the universe. That is the function, and that's how we should function on earth. Use that tool. So, change and balance will work for anyone in any religion. So now when we wrap our mind around changes that we have to make to have the balance and coexist with different people of different ideas, we find the simple commonality in all different realms. Then we truly can connect with all that other beings and species and then nature and make that wholesome connection to the all. So what I'm teaching now finally is how to pray. For me personally, no one has to change their way, but wrap your mind around the all. Center yourself within yourself, and then you're centered in all objects, trees, and time and everything. So Earth has a lot of information. It's called the understanding. And it could bring you on a roller coaster ride. You could have the mind of man, or you could have the mind of infinity. The mind of infinity has no beginning and no end. It has no positive or negative. It has no yin or no yang. The mind of infinity has no left and right brain, no X and Y, no man and woman. The mind of infinity does only 2 things, change and balance. And everything after that is a bonus. And that is the commonality with the mind of infinity. So this is the mind we're trying to attain, an infinite mind with infinite acceptance to anyone who believe in whatever they believe in, because they're on their journey to understanding, which is an error. Understanding God is the worst thing you want to do. Just being you is the connection you want to make. So when we use our brain to try to figure out God, that's where it comes in error. And I have to put the mind back into context. The mind is a muscle. It's a dog. You just have to train it how to have an infinite mind, infinite possibilities, infinite thoughts, infinite happiness. So what they did on earth, based on the consciousness that they were, especially the conquerors, what they did was to use whatever tools they had to create these different things for control over these spiritual beings, so they wouldn't have this freedom of thinking and freedom of thought. Okay? So, if we want to, I have to recognize the wind, the Indians did, the Africans did, and some of them have to recognize their dead ancestors, dead grandmother, because they never died. They never died. Grandma is still living, maybe in a different realm, but she's still alive. How can Grandma die? Grandma can't die. Grandma just changed, like a butterfly. So when they give thanks to their ancestors, it's because the ancestors are still around them. Nothing, it's just in a different cupboard. Okay? So they could do whatever they want. You might be at a stage that you want to process things differently, and they won't let you. I had to consider myself a galaxy. So as a man thinks, so I became. I started to accept the infinite mind. When I think I'm created, I'm thinking of something outside of me making me. When I'm a part of making myself. Because I'm the energy that never dies, that never ends, that never begins. You see? And that's what you are too. So it's a mind game. It's a trick. It's a play on words. It's all about putting the mind in a position where they could have control over it. And once you start freeing your mind and knowing how to connect with the all of you, because remember, the entire infinity is in this body, right? And that's what you call the inner God. But when the spiral of the infinity is walking, and then you're walking, and then outside of you, there's something outside of you. That's you inside out, outside in. You dig what I'm saying? So then, boom, mind-blowing stuff. But it shouldn't be, if you were taught correctly how to use your mind. So that's what we have to do. This goes against the doctrine. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Nothing was created. It's just changing. In the beginning, God changed a couple of energy into flesh. Who's God? The all. Okay, I could dig that. So create is wrong. Change is better. In the beginning of Earth, planet Earth, let's make some adjustment. In the beginning of planet Earth, these humans popped out of some particles and some other stuff, and it changed into human beings. Okay, we're good, because it had to come from somewhere.
I know, right?
Huh?
That makes better sense.
Yeah. In the beginning, there was the sun, and on planet Earth, there were a couple of planets, and some explosion happened, hydrogen and stuff, and some bacteria, and it started to change over millions of years, and God, the all, created man. Okay, I could dig that. That's what they're talking about when they say create. It's not really making something new, because nothing is new. Everything is infinite. So
nothing's new under the sun.
Nothing is new under the sun. Yeah. So in the beginning, and when it comes, and in the end, God will destroy and have fire and brimstone. What it's saying is, in the end, the all is going to change you into, and you're going to break down into hell, and you're going to go and you're going to be into hell, and I'm going to burn. All right, if you burn my body, I guess I'm in hell. What the hell? And you must fear your living God, because I am your living God, and God is a God of wrath, and God is okay, yeah, the volcano is pretty powerful, the sun is really hot, don't want to go there, it's going to burn you. That's God too, that's what they're talking about. I am your God, I am fire. Okay, get it. I'm a jealous God. Okay, all right. I'm jealous too of my girlfriend seeing another man. So I'm part of God. Get it. God is a jealous God too. Yes, God is all of this. Because God is the all. So you can say whatever you want to say about God because you're in the all saying it. You want to go call God a he? Go ahead. I'm God too. You're God. God is a she. God is a dogen. It's Jesus. Okay, I get it. Because you're talking about the all. And you could take out anything out the all and make it God. Can we dance now? Can we kiss? Can we make love? Can we have some babies? Because guess what? Christians are no Christians. My nature eyes, you're Muslim. We'll talk about your belief after. Okay? After this party, after this alcohol, we'll talk about what you believe in. You see, let's intoxicate you with this life. With this dance. Because when I see you gyrating, I'm going to gyrate next to you. And if I don't ask you what your religion is, I'm going to get to like you until I recognize your mind is playing tricks on you. And then all of a sudden, we're not equally yoked. We can't love from the heart anymore. Oh my God, we're not equally yoked because our minds are different. We think about God differently. How can we think about God differently when we're all in the same all? Hello? Okay. Damn it. So this is the confusion. This is the separation. We try so hard to separate ourselves, but we can't. And this is where we start trying to destroy each other because we can't separate ourselves. It's impossible.
Brandon, do you not think that Europeans have a different vibrational frequency to black people?
The Neanderthal mix in the flesh might allow the brain waves to function differently, and it's true. So it's the mixture of blood and genetics that makes that entity a bit different, and also the Asians. So what you're saying is fact. Okay? Some of them do, some have a different frequency. So again, does a rose in Africa or a lizard in Africa have a different frequency than a lizard in Jamaica? They act differently? Yeah, all lizards don't act the same. They have different lengths of tongue and they eat different things. Right? And that's what we never really focus on. The difference that makes us all the same. In the all. And once we recognize the African needs to live in a certain place and we're not tricked and fooled by them who are not like us, and we think they are like us because we thought wrong. And the minute we start realizing, holy crap, we're not the same, that's when we recognize we got to protect ourselves. Because they know they're not like us. So when they kill us, and we're screaming for, we need human rights and justice. This is humanity. Hey, you're humans. We're not. We're mixed in.
How would you now explain that? With that different vibrational frequency, how would you explain that we're evenly yoked?
Well, life itself, the frequency of the all, we're equally yoked because of the all. A butterfly, I don't cry out, my God, that lion is so disgusting and it's such a beast. It's part of the life form. It's part of the all. My job is to learn how to coexist with these beasts we call men. So we have to recognize what they are, and they have to recognize what they are. And we can still coexist. Because if alien exists, we're going to have to coexist. Okay? Because what we're going to... So the question you're asking is, again, ask the same question again, please. I'll expand on it.
So if we're not on the same vibrational frequency as European people, how are we equally yoked?
Life is the common denominator, the fact that we're on this realm. So the realm level, our change in balance makes us equally yoked. Okay, but on different levels, we might not be equally yoked. Okay, so there are different levels of our commonality, right? The main source of our commonality, change and balance. The main source of our commonality is this life form. So basically, there is a lot in this life form that makes us equally yoked. Okay? Hold on.
I'm here.
So does that help?
I'm here, Randy.
That helps? No.
Yes, it does.
We're equally yoked on a bigger realm, but in the smaller realm of our everyday life and our culture and our wants and our needs and our habits and our food, we will see the apparent differences, right? But what you do is increase the consciousness of each being. And once you start increasing the consciousness of man, then you start removing the barriers, because you see the mind has a space. When you take it to the furthest point within itself and it can't go further, what it has to do is to submit. And most humans have to meet the higher consciousness one, which the reason why they consider, when you put these words together and have a savior or the light or the Jesus or the Buddha or the Krishna, the one is a brain on a human being that has processed the universe in such a way, when that one speaks, it creates a common clarity for everyone to unite and heal. So that one becomes God, because that one is understanding mentally in that one's mind how the universe and infinite work. So the enlightened one is one that can explain all things, and the fact that you could explain how all things work, or explain how to balance in that village or that earth, and teach and make people be at rest in their mind, body, and spirit, that one becomes a God among those who cannot explain God, which is love in one sector, in one religion. And now in this sector, I'm coming to challenge that and saying God cannot just be love. God is universally really change and balance, because that's what's happening. It's the action of the infinity. So my contribution to humanity is to say these things, to get the mind into some kind of alignment, you see. So you have to rid your mind of the lower level of consciousness that some people have, and recognize you're trying to attain a level of consciousness, and with the variables of books you have and who you are by blood, for you to come to, in this time period in your life where you were born, all the variables that make you come to this understanding, you already know from your understanding and your overstanding, but what you're trying to do is understand how to explain this. You're struggling with an explanation of the universe, an explanation that could bring all parties to the table in agreement. So what I'm teaching now is the all agreement. And what we suffer from as human beings is to agree to coexist, regardless of how our secondary muscle, which is our brain, functions. That's what we're trying to do. And if we only advance ourselves to the all, to the no beginning and end, to the no creator, the infinite mind, then all of us having an infinite mind will not be egotistical, and we will share infinitely all we have, because that's what fish and trees do. They drop their leaves to the ground. They don't ask for taxes to replenish the ground. The dead bee dies and gives his life and continue on in spirit, and part of the cycle. And we do not give ourselves to each other and help each other because we're some compartmentalized in our differences and our ego to acquire physical assets and things, because of our consciousness of a greater need and wants is not yet established nor do we have the teacher to bring us to that level. So the teachers are very important for us to align our mind that way, to free our minds, and to teach you that you don't have to worry about what people around you believe. The greatest challenge for you is to be a part of them, because you have to recognize the all is infinite, and they could infinitely believe and do whatever they want. You have to be an inclusionist. You have to be a coexister. Being a coexister and not a resistor. Coexistence, you can't resist. Resistance is futile. In the universe, nature don't resist each other. Nature figure out a way to coexist and create new plants, new species. And as human beings, once we learn how to coexist with each other, we'll create new ideas and we'll have new experiences, right, on this journey. So me coming here and speaking to someone, me calling myself a galaxy, I didn't call myself as I'm God. I never said that. I said I'm a part of the all, because if I'm God, I should be able to change everything. And guess what? I can't change everything. Mm-hmm. What I can do is change my mind to change the little realm or the world I live in. And that is the humility that I have, that I could help you to change how you think. And when you change how you think, you make that connection that's personal to your universal identifier in the universe or in the infinity.
And those nuances makes a huge difference, because there's a huge difference between saying I am God and I am a part of God.
Yes. And
it's those little ebbs and flows that makes a huge difference.
Yes, and sometimes our emotions and our tendency is to recognize the all within us, and then we're like, holy crap, I'm feeling something here. I am. And when you hear people who are saying, I am, well, they need to complete the sentence, I am a part. You should never just stuck on, I am the I am. I am a part of the all. I am not the all. Okay?
Wanda, you've just literally connected that last dot for me, because I have two sides of me, because on one side I'm like, actually, I'm a part of God, Mm-hmm. And then the other, the conflicting part of me is thinking there is a higher being, but what you've done in this conversation is just connected that last dot. Mm-hmm. There's no higher and lower. We're all a part of it.
Yes.
So, I really thank you for that, because now I know, no higher being created me. And no, I didn't create myself, but we all are in it together. We just are. It's infinite. So I love that.
It's a better way to look at it, so that you're not looking outside and you're not being too egotistical. And then I'm recognizing you as the I am, and I am the I am a part. So, the wind doesn't say, I am the only oxygen particle. No, there's so many little O2 that makes oxygen. The ocean just says, I am the big ocean. No, there's a river. Oh yeah, there's other water bodies. You see?
I love it.
And then, I am the only fish with red stripe. I am the fish. The cool thing about the all, it could be all encompassing within our minds, because our mind too is infinite. So our minds can take us anywhere we want to go. It's like, take it down a notch, baby. Take it down way a notch. You'll enjoy more knowing that you're a part of it, so you could enjoy your position in the existence and in the participation of this life. So that beauty allows me to live longer. Because if I found out that I was God.
I know, right? I wasn't really thinking about that, Rondi. You have no idea.
And then I'm walking around looking for food like, who's going to pay my rent? But you're God. So what these So what these mad people's like, I'm God, I don't need money. Well, you're gonna die of but I am God. All right, so here's what. No food for you, and let's see how long you live. All right? And be obedient to the wind. I'm God, I don't need oxygen. All right, okay, let's cut off your air supply. All right? Breathe, baby. I came back and I'm going to control you. Now, there are madmen in the woods right now swear they're God.
Randy, I love it. Honestly, this is really connected with me.
Take them out of the madhouse and they're like, oh, yeah. Go take a... So, balancing, change and balance. Change and balance. No beginning, no end. No higher being. You're part of it. Two little circles they created for us. Oh, you gotta be positive or negative. Yeah, the particles after. In this realm. So what if there's another realm? And there's a positive and a negative and a segative. Holy shit. What's a segative? Well, we haven't got to that dimension yet. Where you're gonna be positive, negative, segative, begative, jegative. Like, holy crap, hold on. Wait. We haven't gotten to the fifth dimension yet. Oh, there's more.
The great conjunction happened.
What's
So
that?
we are in the fifth dimension now.
What do you mean?
It happened on the 21st of December. So we're in the fifth dimension, right?
21st of December, what happened there?
The great conjunction.
And this conjunction is what?
When Jupiter and Saturn aligned.
No, here's the...
And it hasn't done it that closely in 800 years, apparently.
All right, now, here's where you messed up there. What you just talked about is your little galaxy, right? Now, let me help you.
Mm-hmm. No, but that thing, the 7-hour video you sent me, it said that
wait.
Sirius A and Sirius B has turned the corner.
Good. So, but here's what I'm saying in context to that. And you're right. In this realm, with these little marbles moving, it's affecting us, right? But it's not great. There's another one right outside of that. 2 other big marbles. And outside of that, there are 2 other bigger marbles. So what happens is...
Andy, I love you. I love you so much. So who's playing with the marbles, Randy?
The all.
The all's playing with the marbles?
So the all is playing with the marbles, right? And playing with your life. So here's all astrology, not astrology.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
Here's all astrology, right? That have you looking at numbers in your little quadrant, in your little... So then, what is...
Numerology?
And then numerology popped up, and they're all in this classroom of this all. And numerology pops up like, hey, everything is about numbers. And infinite looks at numerology like, shut up. There's no such thing as numbers. Hey, you see these planets when they're aligned? And all astrology says, jump up and say, and infinity, shut up. There are infinite amount of you aligning. You can't measure it. Oh, shut up and sit down. So infinity is the great teacher. Because infinity will give you no answers, no numbers, no calendars, no alignment, no measurement, and no thought, and no name for God. Infinity will leave you complete. Infinity will leave you satisfied. You ask an infinite questions, you will get an infinite answer. So why ask that infinite question when you know you're going to get an infinite answer? So shut your mouth and enjoy the experience. Enjoy.
Randy, please do a live on this.
No. I'm just gonna put this recording together and give it out. Put it out there. Okay? I don't waste my infinite power. I'm always recording. Okay? This recording between me and you was necessary. I can't repeat this because you're the spark for the question and I'm the spark for the answer. Without the great balance of your voice and your questions, I can't speak like this. It's the coexistence between me and you. If I go live and explain this to some Christians, they'll have my head. And they tried that before. So I always have to hide. I always have to hide. I am a part of the all. Okay? So corrective language. We see sound and language speaks through our mouth. It goes back to our ears. If you tell your ears a lie, your spirit becomes a frequency that's not balanced with the truth, which is changing and balancing and coexisting with the universe and all things. It's because we keep telling ourselves lies because our eyes see lies in books. And our eyes starts reading it in our minds. And we tell it to our spirit. And our spirit's like, wait a minute, something is wrong with this. I was created. I was never created. Here comes the confusion in your soul. You can't rest. Because you've told yourself you were created. And you told yourself there was a beginning and an end to you. You even told yourself you were positive and negative. And then you're just a balance and a wave going through. Accept what you are. You're just a change and a balance. But I'm love. Well, go fall in love with a stone. When was the last time a stone fell in love with you? But love is universal, Rondi. A mosquito can fall in love with a moving train at 1,000 miles. I love that train. I just love that train. Stop that train. I want to get on. That's what the mosquito said. Because I love that train wheels that's moving at this speed. Love is universal? Really? Love among yourselves in this realm. But that black hole was the last time that black hole fell in love with my ideas and my thoughts and my emotion. When was the last time a seahorse fell in love with my bank account balance? It's changing and it's balancing. So when I find the unique identifier in the universe that was happening everywhere, I was like, Eureka, I think I solved the greatest equation of time. Everything is not loving. That cooking oil bottle is not falling in love with a jet plane in Mexico. No! How can love be universal? Barandi, music is universal. When I touch the table, is there music playing? No! Vibration is everywhere. Barandi, vibration is everywhere. Wait a minute. Is vibration really everywhere? Well, to have a thought, you have a vibration. Okay. To have a feeling, there's a vibration. Yeah, vibration is vibration is everywhere. But how am I going to apply a vibration to my relationship I'm having to my girlfriend? You can't just use an identifier in the universe. There are problems here. Use something that could solve the problem. It's a mathematical kind of equation, right? But you need two. Change and balance. You can't just say, use the vibration and change the frequency of the vibration and then we're going to have a perfect world. You just said change the frequency of the vibration. Change dominates the vibration. The vibration is changing. Change governs the frequency, the vibration, the ideas, the sound. Change is a bad mother. There's no opposite that bad boy. So I change my mind to coexist, and I change my life to enjoy and be happy how much I spend. And I receive change in return. So this change and balance that governs all. Four-legged dog, the birds flying, and the one at the center, they have to switch from the one at the back to take leadership, to change, to help. Point is, this conversation me and you having is necessary. Because the reason why I'm happy is because I've journeyed within. I've seen a lot of information on earth, watched a lot of things, and I've trying to figure out the commonality. To solve a problem, find the common denominator. to divide all this confusion, to simplify and get the answer. Find the common denominator. And when you find the common denominator, you will come up with the answer. But not all of us is going to get this far to explain this. Some of us were born here, enlightened. Selassie, I'm a God. All right, great, no problem. I am part of the all. If Selassie is enlightened to lead you in your consciousness, fine. Selassie can be your God. If Jesus, with the words that they said, Jesus said, can enlighten you, I am the I am, in your consciousness and create that coexistence for you, fine. Jesus is your God and the only God. And he shall pass and okay. But who is the God for the butterfly? Jesus? When was the last time the butterfly ended up in church? Offering. Well, the butterfly doesn't matter. Really? Who's the God for the butterfly? Well, he is the God of all things. He created a butterfly too? Really? He? And that's all you have? So then, did he create the butterfly? Oh, but what if I said the all formed and changed into a butterfly? What if I said the butterfly was God? Because change happened and the butterfly existed. The tree's God. So we all know this. But it's mind games. It's how you use words that realigns the mind. Confusion is, words are, what they say, word power? Powerful. So what we had to do to realign the consciousness of our mind is to kick some of these words in the ass and throw them away. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Okay, let's revise that. In the formation of mankind on planet Earth, the sun, the dust, the oxygen, the water, all that existed in this realm formed entities of life with consciousness, even similar consciousness coming from the sun. So we were manifested based on our environment. So hopefully we can coexist with all species because all are connected. So you can't talk like this and expect everyone to process this. They have to listen to it over and over and over because your mind, has been trained to use words like creator, beginning and end, negative, positive. How many times in the people's spirituality you hear them say change and balance? So these two tools that I found. So how did I change and balance? Well, I want to live in Jamaica where the climate is better. I figure out how to make money. That's my change to have a better balance. I know what kind of wife I don't want. I know what kind of wife I want. The changes in my choices. Okay? I know what kind of religious doctrines keep my mind hurting a bit, so I don't go near those religious doctrines. I know I can change to look at the trees and the butterfly for teachings and water and be one with nature, to change my practices so I don't have to believe in water or believe in a Orisha. I don't have to believe something exists. I could touch it and eat the fruits directly from the tree. If death exists between time and space, the death in my mind, the lack of consciousness, if death exists between time and space, the fruits on the tree should not be picked. Consciousness should not leave us. To get the full advantage of consciousness, universal consciousness, you climb the tree and bite the fruits directly. If you remain connected to the branch, you'll be given a second chance. So that poem came to me because I recognized that the tree had a connection with the all. The tree plants into the ground, electrical magnetic to the earth. The earth pulsate that electrical ball of fire connects that to the SUN. The SUN connects it with another SUN and infinitely. The network of the all. So that tree, that life form, that infinite life, that infinite electricity, that infinite vibration, that infinite thought, we're not supposed to try to explain it. We're supposed to experience it and enjoy it. Okay? And in doing so, we'll find the commonality in each of our life. So here comes the man with the taxes, the home, the competition, the lack of food, and we become limited with the time we're spending separating ourselves and working for meaningless objects. When I am part of the all, I don't seek to gain the all or become the all. I just want to participate in this great almighty experience. Right? So whether you're an atheist and you don't believe in God, it's not what's in your mind, is what exists all around us. And the fact that you can tell me what you believe and don't believe, your ability to speak and share a sound with me, I will connect with the sound that you give me and receive that as the commonality between us, the life. If we could have a communication even of disagreement, that's still us coexisting, because we're passing energy from each other. So even when we disagree, we're actually still in agreement. We're still coexisting and we're still connecting. We can't hide and run away from each other. There's nothing we can do to leave each other. We're in this together. But like a bunch of virus and bacteria in a bucket, we're just making noise. It's all noise. And when you calm the mind and knock the sound off and go into deep sleep and become a galaxy again, the noise reduces, your peace and tranquility increases, you become one with the all, you communicate with the all, and magic happens for you in your life, and a new path is given, and you're fully satisfied, and you move through. And if it is wealth you seek, and if it is earthly vanity or a lustful sex, whatever it is you seek after you've had this relationship with the all, you will be rewarded. So if you seek confusion and separation from man, you forever will be in an entanglement of confusion. So this journey for me was a journey of peace and tranquility. A journey of trying to rid myself of man's complication and confusion as I grew on this planet, in this land, to deal with my sense and my essence. You see? So, my sister, it's not that complicated if you stop fighting those around you and become you and be satisfied with what level you're on. You don't go searching for African deities. When you go do that, anyone who wants to do that, do that. But after a while, do what the butterfly is doing. Do what the dolphin is doing. And do what the birds are doing, because they seem to get it, and we seem to have lost it. And that's the all. So give thanks to the all. Give thanks for you to listen to this period in this time. Give thanks to all music, all praises, all churches, all belief systems, all trees, all humanity, all life. Let's recognize it and be happy that we're able to recognize ourselves in ourselves. Chance to teaching a little bit better, to help to clear up some things. And
I appreciate it when you put it into layman's terms for me.
Mm-hmm. If you were to teach what I just said to you to someone, how would you teach it?
Well, taken away from this is that we're not gods, we're all a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time we spoke, what really resonated with me was when you explained the whole blood situation. And you were like, because I was asking you, why would I pray? You know, why am I going something without and God is within? And you explained that to me in layman's terms, and I actually got that.
And what?
So you're like, okay, but take plasma, you've got the white blood cell, you've got the platelets. They're separate, but all together they make blood. And I'm like, okay, I get that. I dig that. You know, so I understood what you were saying about the praying. So yeah, it does really help me, you know, because I think I'm still a baby on my journey, even though it's been a number of years. But I, you know, think I'm really new to this spirituality thing still, and you are my mentor, and I can't have these conversations with anyone else, you know, but you. And I don't think words could express my gratitude and just how much you helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no words, because you probably think, okay, yeah, you're just explaining something to deeper consciousness, but you have no idea. Actually take these things away and apply it to my life, you know, so it really does help me.
Okay, I'm happy. You know, without a presentation like this, sometimes people will leave me confused, you know, and they go into a deeper hole of sadness.
No, but what it is as well, Randy, you also said something which really resonated, because it has to be repetitive. Not everyone is going to grasp it first time. So for some people, they will have to listen to the recording. That actually happened to me with one of Ray Hagen's things. And the second time I watched it, I got what he was saying. You absolutely miss it. Because when the first time you started saying to me things like, can the dolphin connect with, you know, whatever, and you were saying about the mosquito and the train, the first time you were saying that song, I was like, what is Randy talking about? And now I actually got what you're saying. For it to be truly universal, it has to apply to every being. It's not just a human thing. Because I too believe that love and music was a universal language. But the mosquito do not know who Bob Marley is. So I get it now. I get that now. And you must have repeated this thing like a good 5 times, you know, on the phone to me and even in your lives. And I always think, okay, Ron just lost me now. But now I've just got what you're saying. So things do need to be repeated, and that's coming from me that's on the spiritual plane. So can you imagine just how much crazy it would sound to a Christian? Can the socks make love to the washing machine?
It actually does, but the socks...
I get it now, Randy. Thank you.
Yes, the socks can't make love to your emotions, like, oh, I love you emotions. But I'm just a socks. When am I going to see you again?
I just had my ha-ha moment, so thank you. It just finally sank in. After all this time I heard you say it. That's always a point when you kind of lose me, so like, I just got it.
Another thing about consciousness, if you're not ready to receive, you cannot receive.
So correct.
And sometimes it's even the electrical magnetic energy, the same body above us, that tuning our mind in to process things differently. The brain is funny. It doesn't just wake up one day and become wholesome. It takes time for the brain, oh, wait a minute.
It really does. Like, I'm buzzing right now. So sometimes it is just, you know, repeating yourself, and the teacher is only as good as, like, the worst student or whatever in the class, you know? So not everyone's going to get it. So literally it's like, this is my aha moment. I'm like, okay, I get it now. It makes more sense now.
Sometimes I was asking myself, why don't these people get what I'm saying? You know, they really need to understand that the commonality in everything is change and balance, not love. And we have to find the common denominator to come down to the common component of life, matter, and even thought, ideas, emotions. What is the common thing, tool, or words that can help us to explain what's happening in these common spaces, time, and realm?
And that's the thing, Rondi. Your teaching is the only teaching that applies to absolutely everything. Exactly. The galaxy, the animals, the humans. Your teaching is literally that only one. Because every other doctrine is very human-based. And we're just told, okay, God, his eyes is on the sparrow. He made everything, but okay. That can be, you know, sort of disputed. But what you're saying is like, but I haven't seen the dispute yet. Because it makes sense to me now. So I'm thinking, yeah, it really is everything. Literally is change and balance, you know. Can't dispute that. Yeah. Like, there's nothing greater than that, literally.
No. And it's not that we're idealizing words, it's that we're trying to create tools for us. Because you see, the butterfly has the wind, and the butterfly has the sun, and those are the tools, and the butterfly is just using the tools to be a butterfly. We humans got so caught up in the wrong tools that we don't live like a butterfly, you see. So what I would love to attain is the freedom in mind to be like a butterfly, where it's not about my rent. It's not, I don't want to pay my rent. But the point is, we have to teach the next generation what's important. And when we teach our children, we have to make sure we give them the tools to help them in their journey coexisting with other people around them. And it's fine that in religious sect that they coexist and they're happy with their different teams. It's fine. But when the different teams don't coexist universally, it's a bit chaotic, painful, destructive, and limited in capacity.
And this is what grounds me, Rondi. Like, I look out my window and I see the pigeons, and I'm thinking, it has no care in the world. Like, why is it when it comes to humans, everything is so complicated? So, you know, nature grounds me. I'm thinking, why can't my life be as simple? Do I really need all these nighties in my wardrobe? Do I really need all these things? Like, why do I have so many things? I look at the birds. I'm thinking, they have nothing, and they're happy. And there's food, and they've got a nest, and that's it. You know, what else do we need? Rondi, thank you, honestly. You have no idea what this means to me. I'm so glad I picked up the phone today and called you. But that's the thing, Rondi. Like, there's never a time when I call you and I don't learn something. And that's so sacred to me, because there's very little people that I can actually do that to. There's probably one other person, and maybe not even him, because I'll be asking him about stuff. He'd be like, what do you mean? Like, he doesn't know anything. I'm actually teaching him stuff, but yet still he's meant to be a shaman or something. So I'm thinking, that's the one I told you that told me about this thing that you smoke.
Yeah.
That can connect you to your ancestors. But then when I spoke to you, you're like, why do you have to go without? Go within. And I needed to hear that, Rondi, because I'm thinking, I'm not a smoker, but do I really want to do this thing and see what it's about? And that one conversation with you gave me the answer. No, I really don't. Because without that thing, without external herbs or whatever it means you go to, how else are you going to connect with the all? Just go within. Everything's already within. So, yeah, I needed to hear that, honestly.
People are everybody uses their mind in a tricky way. They never give you an answer that covers everything because they don't know it. Nor do they know how to explain it. It takes a teacher that has spent the time and humility and patience not to say, I got her now, let me do as I wish with her energy, come to my church and always call me and send me your money. Giving people the right to live and to learn in their own space and time, and to giving them a new mind and freeing them in that capacity. That is the greatest gift you could give to someone. Give them back their own self. Make them become their own teacher. Now, what's going to happen to you is, with this new way of thinking, you're never going to look for a teacher or a doctrine outside. Because what's going to happen with your mind, it's going to go on a journey and it's going to collect more of the things you need to keep you grounded.
That's exactly where I am in life, Randy. It's not that I think I know it all, but I'm thinking, why really? Why am I going to look up to this person? I'm not saying they can't teach me anything. But I'm not going to idolize anyone and stuff, because then I realize people, they're all a part of the journey. No one knows for sure what really happens. Unless you can prove to me that someone that died came back to tell you messages. No one really knows for sure. I'm thinking we're all here, we're all learning, we're all, on a journey. I'm just not idolizing anyone, Randy. So, you're literally the only person I can, ring. And I know before I hang up my phone, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to take something away. There's just no one else in my life like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can look at, YouTube videos and learn stuff from Ray Hagens and Dr. Clark and, and Dr. Sabi. Mm-hmm. But I haven't got those people's numbers, You're like my mentor. Oh.
That's why I have
Boy, have I learned today. I get it now.
That's why I have to hide.
I get it, but it really saddens me, because I think we need this, as a people. We need the teaching,
Mm-hmm.
But you're so correct when you say people don't take you seriously.
Yeah, you just got the whole mosquito train thing.
I just got it, Randy. I was like, what is Randy talking about? No matter where I am at that moment, I'll be following you. Then when you go on that little tirade about that stuff, I'm like, what is he talking about? Now I get it.
And you're a bad student because it says, Randy, hand up, holding hands up. I didn't quite get the part about the dolphin loving your emotions. Can you go a little further on that? Okay, they said that love was universal and God is love. But the water bottle don't fall in love with the bicycle. They're different. God is in the water bottle. God is in the bicycle. God is in the black hole. But God is love. They create an equation that's blowing my mind. But God is so much more than love. Why did they do that to me?
But you know, Randy, another thing I've taken from you is when you would speak to the animals or you speak to the tree. Mm-hmm. I do that now. When I see the sun in the morning, I'm like, thank you, sun. Thank you, universe. I want to start thanking the water soon because these are vital parts of my, very existence.
Yes.
Without water and the sun, I wouldn't exist. So, at least on this realm. Yeah. So, I need to be thanking these things on a daily basis. And because I do appreciate it.
When you say things, but people keep saying, don't thank earthly, blah, 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 blah. But The reality is, it's just recognition. The Africans never really worshipped the sun. They didn't sun worship. They're just like, you know what? I just thank whatever you are that you shined my way. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, and that's the difference. It's a difference between honoring something and worshipping something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be bowing down to the sun and worshipping it and giving offerings to it, but I can definitely thank it. Because without the sun, like literally, where would we be, you know?
The recognition. Keep in mind, even without the sun, we still are. And the point is, we're in this form, and we recognize our form. That's what we're doing when we're giving thanks. So when we give thanks to the all, it's just like, wow, I'm here again. Thank you. You know, and for me personally, my sister, you know, this recording helps to help me to say what I'm trying to say. Because if my close student can't get why a mosquito don't fall in love with a moving train wheel, then love is not a universal. A seahorse dying to fall in love with a pancake. It's like...
And that's another thing I just got to run with, because I always hear people say we're all connected, but I literally just thought it was a human thing. I didn't realize I was connected to the animals. I didn't get that before. I cannot be connected to a tree. I understand people being connected, but not everything being connected. So that's another thing
you didn't?
I just got today. Yeah.
Wow. One of the films you have to watch is a film called Lucy. Okay? And you have to watch Lucy. And another film called The Ant and the Wasp. You see, Hollywood explains a lot of this in different forms. And we learn how to explain things from how others in our realm explain it. Lucy is a great film because it shows you the micro and the expansion of our mind, and even in the Matrix. So if in fact, you know, you say God talks to all of us, well, the electrical magnetic energy alone that passes through all these realms, that alone communicates between even objects. So as the electrical magnetic energy passes through the steel and then through my back and my brain, I have information about the steel in this realm. So this flux of electricity is a communication antenna network. So the entire infinity is a network. So I could go anywhere at any time, anywhere I want to be. That's why telepathically we could communicate. I could have a feeling of love for you. Now how does this love work? And the heart chakra. So then you have the heart energy, electrical magnetic energy. And I see this girl with my eyes, and I fall in love with her. What is that? Frequency, vibration. I have a vibration for her. Why? Is it our similar quantum universal frequency at the moment? At the moment. And what changes the love? The arguments, the difference, the growth. The fact that they found someone else with a different frequency and they're changing their frequency in their heart chakra. Not just the heart chakra, the essence of our universal identifier, that vibration is changing. So my love for you never stops. It just changes. Your husband, your ex-husband, you should have never not loved his children. He changed into something else. You shouldn't be mad. We were taught that we own each other and we're going to be together forever. Nothing. The infinite is forever. And we're in this form changing. He cheated on me. How could he cheat on me? I love him. Oh my God, he destroyed my life. And you're evil. You're supposed to be committed forever. Things change, and you have to endure and embrace that change. And continue and forgive. So your change in parameter, which you call your heart, can go on. The heart must go on, and Selena Dion, she sings. And we're dust in the wind. And all these singers are doing it. They're explaining it. We're dust in the wind. All these songs explain the same thing. The change in the balance. In relationship, we have to, what happens with emotions? My emotions, oh my God, I love him. I can't forgive her for what she did to me. You're not willing to change to balance with the new happenings. You're not willing to change with the condition of what's happening right now. And because you're not willing to change, guess what? You're going to suffer a price of pain. And you're not going to free up yourself.
Please explain to me, okay, because I didn't quite get what you're saying. So when I was talking about the fifth dimension, that 7-hour video you sent me when Sirius A or Sirius B, whatever it was, turned the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, explain that to me again when you said God is playing with the marbles. Like, why didn't that happen? So we're not on the fifth dimension yet? Is that what you're saying?
Sun, the red moon, the stars, and this eclipse and this. We take these and it affects our life here. What I'm saying, there's other effects happening that we don't know about. When I wake up in the morning, guess what? A quantum alignment happened 2 seconds ago. But guess what? It's not documented on Earth. That's why I just yelled and cursed at you. Because 2 electrical magnetic marbles are affecting our brain. Your emotions are being triggered by things outside of you. The wolf howls at the moon. Oh, full moon. It's because it's affecting his brain at a certain time. How many moons are there in the galaxy? Infinite amount. That's why we have something called emotions. Because down to the wind and the music is affecting us. So because we could compute Sirius A and Sirius B, which having a major effect on us as human beings. So we have softer effects and we have major effects. The SUN has the most major effects on us. And then the moon too. But what about the bigger sun that we can't see? But what about every stars in the skies at night? It's having an effect on us too. Hello. Also has an effect on our actually seeing it. It changes our perception of the world. Every grass that you see has an effect on you. Everything around you is affecting you. So why are you just measuring, it's a bloody moon tonight? Well, did you see that tree that fell yesterday? That was a bloody tree that fell yesterday. That has an effect on you. Every volcano has... Did you calculate all the volcanoes that erupted in Africa that has an effect on you? No, you didn't. You were taught just to calculate Sirius A and Sirius B. Were you taught to calculate the raindrops that just fell on you? No. You're not taught to calculate the quantum effects of all that's around you. When we look for things, we see the big things, but we never saw the ants that bit us on our feet that changed our lives, or the mosquito.
I get it now. Yeah.
You see?
I get it now.
Now that was very humbling. Because those who go after these big bodies and they all right, let's just, I got this. And this is why you take everything with a grain of salt. I'm an astrology and I'm going to now give you the answers. And because the sixth sun is aligned with the sun over there, and then you know what messed me up? I said, holy crap. All of these are using limited numbers. Space, time, and... Says, Rondi, don't tell them that there's no numbers and no... Don't tell them that there's an infinite effect. Don't tell them that what they're saying happens in different layers infinitely. I can't tell the astrology person that they're not completely right because they're dealing with only 7 planets. But there's 7 zillion infinite ones that's affecting us. The butterfly made a zillion flaps on its wings that's affected me. Am I not part of the all? So why would I want to compute anything? Why would I want to use math or even astrology? I can for the major effects. But if I think about all effects. So the movie, The Butterfly Effect. If I think about
the other day, actually.
if I think about all effects, I don't even have to process these little numbers in these little planets anymore. I could process on the infinite math. And the infinite math is just to be. Leave it alone. Try to compute, break your head. Lose your mind. And forget to walk on the beach with your children. Because you're stuck in a room reading 10,000 books. You see? And the butterfly gets it and you don't. But Ronnie, when I finish reading these 3 billion books, boy, I tell you, I'm going to know it all. What are you going to know? How the universe works. That's change and balance. What else you need to know? What do you mean? Change and balance? That's how the universe works? Yeah, that's the answer. But I want to know who created the universe. It was never created. But it says in the beginning that was the wrong book. But you go to a master teacher, you ask stupid questions, and they'll give you infinite answers. And you're like, okay, I get it now. If I knew this long time ago, I wouldn't go on this journey to search. But I guess you had to come, great teacher, and explain it to me, because it's just an explanation. I want to cry. To think that there was never... They tricked me. Why would they do this? But it shows you that that's a major effect that's happening to you. But you need another 7 hours of the butterfly video to show you that the butterfly is having an effect on you. You see, you get one set of information and you let it dominate your mind.
Right. People run with it. I'm thinking about, have you read the Quran? Have you read that one? Do you know the principles of my heart? Have you read that?
Yes.
No.
So then, imagine if you go to Astor's theology. Yeah, that's the truth. It's Sirius A and Sirius B. What about Sirius D, E, F, and G? And we could keep going.
And what about the letters they took out the alphabet?
Well, and then the alphabet doesn't exist. And, and then now, then the calendars are different, and then everything is infinite, and everybody's trying to own something they learned on Earth. Your brain just developed.
No, because Chinese have a different New Year, and we're like, oh yeah, 2020, we've got 2020 vision, but it's 2012 in Ethiopia. Just forget everything. Change your balance, goddammit.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
I get it now, Ron. Oh my God, I get it.
It's overly using your surroundings to define the infinity. Infinity comes first, not your little world. We have it backwards. We're looking at our little stars, but we're not looking at the infinite stars. We're looking at the Creator, but we're not looking at the creation. You see me? Or get rid of the word create and look at the manifestation, or just a change and balance. So it comes back down to that. You see, so without being complex or anything, I'm ready to live in my little hut and drink lemonade from the limes that I plant and be as far away from confusing humans as possible. Because if I don't stay away from them and give them my virtual voice, they will destroy whatever understanding that I have. I will be an outsider to their consciousness. And I'm bringing total havoc and pain and destruction to their world, which is in their minds. And if you bring that to a man's world and destroy the foundation of everything he believes and he sits on, you've done a disservice to that man. Balance, and I am very careful now of who I talk to, how I get information out, This conversation has been a book. Like I told you before, you as a student, you've asked the first question before, tell me about this Christ. And we started on this journey, and other people came, and I expanded. And they have to go on their journey. And one thing I never did was to try to include my journey with their journey. I share things with them. And when I find that our coexistence is a little bit off balance, I separate myself and I keep moving. This is one of the reasons why I was never married, because I can't marry a woman who can't see me for what I am, can't coexist me, and then she's looking for things in this world. And she hasn't found the I am a part of, nor has she understands the all. And then she's not living her full capacity as a supreme being. How could I ever give my life to someone who settles for less than their capabilities to be a galaxy or a universe? So you see, if we don't have similar consciousness, you're going to be arguing with me, and when you see me, you should see more than me coming in late. You should see a quantum being. And that's going to make you happy with me, because I see you as a quantum being. So this little world means nothing to us. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world right now. And my goal is just to build a nice square where I could live. So I've been always racing against time to have this subtle, beautiful conversation as I've grown. And a lot of humans haven't given me the ability to just speak or ask the right question. They're so caught up in their information in their head. And I'm thankful to you for allowing me at this time the opportunity to excel, knowing that with these recordings, I could group them together, send them out.
The gratitude is mutual, Randy.
You know, I appreciate that. Because it's not easy for me to speak this way, you know. And my mind doesn't hurt. I've been training for a long time, a lot of understanding, a lot of writing. But now I want to be at the space and time where I could rest. And I don't have to be caught up in people's business and their worlds. And I could share with humanity my perspective. And we all have experience to share. And we all will add to this beautiful experience we have to share to help each other. The challenge is when someone like myself stand up and say certain things, the one that didn't say it before me becomes very offended that I found an answer they didn't find. So in their mind, how dare he said that's the final answer. There's no final answer. Well, there has to be a point where your mind can't go any further, because your mind has to stop this nonsense in order for it to be a butterfly. You see, it came a point where the butterfly didn't need a brain. You see, the tree didn't need a brain. Like, yeah, I tell you, what is the tree trying to figure out? All the tree's trying to do is obey the sun. And what's that? It's energy. You know, it makes me feel funny. Let me push out of the earth, because I feel something. And the life in the seed, like, oh, I have an explosion in me, a little fire. Ah, there's a bigger fire. Let's go say hello. You know what a tree is? Hello to the sun. Hello, it's a wave. The tree is recognizing, because in the seed, there is the same thing in the sun. Some kind of electrical thing we call life. Hey! And then humans start to recognize human, just like how the tree recognized the S-U-N. Crazy. It's all coexistence. It's a handshake. It's a hello. This life is a hello. Hey, cloud, you're over there. Hey, wind, I'm over here. Fish, what are you doing? Birds, I'm singing. It's all life is hello. Okay? And if we just recognize what everything is doing around us is recognizing itself. It's hello. Can we just recognize what's happening? Change, and we're balancing. So when you look at planet Earth, it becomes clear. And the beauty of it, and then you say, God created all of this. Yeah, I could work with that. The all changed this into the form, into this realm. We just have to correct some of the how we use the words. Well, God made all of this. Yeah, God did. The all changed to create this balance. So it is the words that we use that define the realm that we are in. Language becomes the key to our understanding. And the bird has a language. Tweaky, 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 tweak. That is the definition of their world. The tree is dancing in the wind. That is the definition of the tree's world. Randy, will you ever be a tree? Hell yeah. Is it? Because I was before, will again, da 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 da. I am part of the all. I am everything. And I'm metal. I'm wood. I'm a teaspoon of every star. I'm hydrogen. I'm carbon. So then I'm part of the all. And all I'm doing is recognizing my existence. And that's what this life is on earth with man and woman. Just a recognition that we are a part of the all. And that's what prayer is. That's what giving thanks is. So my dear, I'm going to compose this. I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope that this will help anyone else who will listen to it. Just sum it up for me.
Change and balance, people.